right, so abuse has been showing up in many ways, shapes, and form in your life. Abuse, ruefulness, forcefulness, whatever the case. So, that being said, good morning, beautiful. I hope that you slept well. I hope that you're ready to kick some arse. This is the Daily Tarot and Oracle, the daily insight on life and love for February 25th, 2022, also being timeless. So wherever you're catching in time, this could be either really relevant, horribly irrelevant, maybe it's just a good show. But anyway, if you found your way across this at any point in time, grab your food, grab your drink, let's hang out for a minute. I'm looking at you. Okay, again, general collective, don't force this to fit your life. You're done with dealing with abuse, forcefulness. You're ready to stop being afraid in your life. I think that you've taken a lot of hits in your life, either literally or figuratively. And I'm talking a lot of hits. I get that crap happens to all of us, but this seems absurd with how often this has happened with you. I do feel like it wasn't personal, but it feels incredibly directed at you. So what I'm seeing here is a new cycle, but I see that you, my dear, turning over a new leaf, you're very impatient. You're being a little pushy. But that actually really happens a lot when somebody escapes this either abused mentality or an abused situation. They tend to get, rightfully so, angry. I think that it's a point of really reestablishing their power, realizing that they're never going to be hurt again, never going to be dominated again. Honestly, I feel like that's what's on the table for you. You might feel like a total jerk. You may even feel like you've become the abuser. You're not. You're finding your balance, your equilibrium again. The undertone of all of that, of not wanting to get hurt again, is just hurt and, so hurt and sadness. Like, how can somebody just behave this way towards you? This is definitely stemming from long-term issues, maybe childhood issues in your life. Now, not everybody has an absolute crap show growing up. Some of you have really amazing experiences. So again, this is not going to make sense to everybody. Don't force this to fit your life. But there is a point of childhood issues that are coming up. So this is something that needs to be handled now. I do see that it is bringing about a very karmic situation. This may have been an agitation that's been brewing for a while in your life. I do feel like it's lacking protection, it's lacking stability. There's a lot of lack that is surrounding this. So it looks like somebody in your life, either repeatedly or the same theme of person, has shown up in your life and has been incredibly self-serving. It feels really self-serving, but it also feels like it was all image-oriented. They had to save face, whoever this was, so it's not like anybody really knows how bad things got in your experience. This could also be situation-related. I feel like it's mainly around childhood issues, but for some of you, this might be an actual situation that is long-term in your life that maybe has just been going on for a long time. Maybe it's not stemming from childhood, but for the bulk of you, I am getting that this is a lifelong theme. So what I'm seeing here is you're ready to move on from whatever this karma is, and that's where the agitation is coming from, but you don't have any firm footing. So it feels like a familiar situation, which is probably another reason why you're so angry or agitated or what have you. I feel like emotionally this is causing a break. There's really not a lot of logic surrounding this. So don't worry if you're having a spat that just seems completely outlandish. It's expected during this, but it's pretty normal. So get off your case about it. Let yourself have the outbursts that you need to have, that you need to release, because chances are these are a lot of words and feelings and expressions that have been trying to come out. Now, I'm not telling you to call somebody and be like, you're gonna get it, but I you're going to get it. No, like verbal diarrhea and just complete outbursts. That's what I mean. I'm not saying doing anything violent. This may involve a huge realization. This might happen in solitude, but really, I see support that's coming in around this. Okay, so what about this situation has had you holding back so much? What about this has filled you with such doubt to where you couldn't move on or progress, or kept you mentally stuck in some sort of area in life? What I see here is, another point of self-worth being completely eliminated, and emotional manipulation towards you. You may be a really hard hit with what reality truly is after this, because I think that the mental illusion that was created around this from whoever the abuser or the jerk was, if you just want to say it like that, it's going to be so different. I feel like part of you has been continually plugged into this world, thus seeking out familiar situations. So now I see it's going to be a very difficult learning ground for you. I see that there's a lot that needs to be go of, a lot of perceptions about reality that needs to be let go of, a lot of perceptions about yourself. I do feel like you are hypersensitive to toxicity right now, so you have to be incredibly mindful about, first off, where your thoughts continue to go. You're going to have to reel yourself back in a lot. And also, I feel like anybody who's just that negative Nancy type deal, keep that away from you right now. You're really sensitive to it, and it's not going to help you at all. I'm not telling you to be toxic positive. God, I hate that crap. It's about being real and try and fill your time and your energies with things that genuinely light you up. Now, some of this might be an even bigger problem, because now that you are addressing this, maybe you don't even know what lights you up anymore. So again, this is going to be a whole new learning ground. You're taking a leap into it. It is going to be one challenge after the other. It is a major burden, but it's a necessary burden that's going to alleviate the other burdens. So, my dear, let's see what's going on. All right, give me some sort of insight about, I guess, the burdens. That's where my head's going. You've been getting signs about it. Ooh, what's that? Body care. What's going on with your body? Now, it's not a trick question. We all know the worldwide events that are going on that is either airborne or otherwise. That's besides the point. That you can see as a collective energy, but what I'm seeing here is, what are the signs about your personal situation? What have you been seeing? What have you been feeling? What have your dreams been telling you? Then we have children, body care, divine timing, support. Okay, so child. I think that you need to have a play date. I said what I said. I don't care how that sounds. I think that you need to have a play date. If this is stemming from a long-term situation, imagine what little you would want to do. Would they want to go to the park? Would they want to go play on the jungle gym? Would they want to go see the new Marvel movie? Maybe they want to be read to. This is saying pay attention to where you're holding this pain in your body, what tweaks are going on in your body. This, it seems to be the divine child in you trying to come out. Now, how the heck does that even make sense? Well, look and see where the pain is showing up. What does that body metaphysically mean? You can look that up online, and you can look it up anywhere. Like, for instance, the back, the spine, that deals with support. So how can you support this little child? What would they want to do right now? What would young you have wanted to do? Can you support that? Can you let them go be whatever that little goofball is? So divine timing, the support is coming in this new beginning. So, okay, How else is support showing up? And I am getting, again, really healing with the angels. There you go. Listening. Okay. It's going to sound crazy. Talk to yourself. That's right. Have a dialogue. Bring up however old you were. Start to sit down and talk with them. I know what that sounds like, but actually sit down and talk. Like, for instance, I was this pudgy little kid, hey, what do you want to do? I was this like sweet little chunky cheek little girl who was so insecure about that. What do you want to do? All right, I want to go swimming. Okay, do you want to do this time, or do you want to do that? How are you going to build up that little kid's confidence when they have been either picked on, ridiculed, or abused? Yeah, it's an actual question. So imagine what this little you looked like. Bring it about. Okay, so it's telling you to listen to yourself and also listen to the signs. What is this going to do? Once this kid feels heard, what is this going to do for you? You're going to be afraid of leaving it behind. You're not leaving that kid behind, you're integrating it. It's going to teach you how to detach. Okay. It's going to teach you how to detach from what seems to be the environment and really work on, I guess, your personal, active, physical self. Now, I'm not telling you to go diet and exercise. I really do not care about that. It's more along the lines of the whole physicality of it. Pay attention to what physical adventures you want to do, what physical changes do you want to make to not only yourself, but in your environment, in your life path, in your work. It's all a physical change. So what physical changes are you looking to do that would actually honor not only you, but former you, and also the little aspect of you that I think has been kind of hidden? Okay, so that's where the stressor is, because now it's not going to shut up. The silver lining and the stressor is now the communication is flowing, but you're not going to be able to turn it off like you had before. I don't think that you know what it's like to be completely, fully in dialogue with oneself. I think that disassociating and detaching and numbing out have been some pretty major factors, just going along with the emotions of the day. That has all been factors, but now you're going to be mentally, fully, continually involved in it. And there is a sense of rejection because it looks like there's a lot that you don't want to actually partake in or do. Hi. Welcome back. All right, so there's a lot of things that you're not going to want to do because it's part of an old story, and it's not going to feel right anymore. So let's see. Whole new cycle coming into play. All right, what is this? I'm being pulled to the wisdom of the oracle. So what do you have to look forward to? What are some points of action that you should take? Because you're listening to yourself at the different stages of life and honoring and behaving with that, being that guide that they actually needed rather than what they got. You're going to be changing circles. That might be part of what's scary for you because it's after the Five of Pentacles and the world. So yeah, entire new cycles in the world for you, all the elements working in your favor, a whole new beginning coming underway. Just because you fit in certain places in your life doesn't mean you belong. And that's going to be very apparent now. So you can't lie to yourself anymore and say that you can stick it out with certain situations, certain people, certain mindsets. The misery has to be done. Like the locked has to be done. It's a really important time of letting go and moving on. So you don't know where this is going to land, and you don't have to know, but you do have to start. You have to start where you are. Now that seems incredibly just surface value. All right, Spirit, I'm not going to do that with the viewer, you, hey, who's watching this. I'm going to actually want to get clarification. You don't know where this is going to land. Great. You have to start. Great. How? All right. Have faith. Okay, so your prayers are manifesting to break free, try a different venture, make a wish. This is going to depend on you. It's literally that. It's going to be like, no, have faith. You don't need to know where it's going. Make a wish, but have it be what you want. No, this is good. This is good. No, it's not good. Okay, simplify your life. Start basic. What are the changes that you want to make in the basic foundation of your life? Like, what do you want your morals to be set? Because that's been going through a change. What morals no longer sit with you that used to sit so much? Okay, and then after that, what represents that in your life? What is your drive? What is your ambition? How have those changed? What direction do you see yourself going in life? Are you a little bit more liberal? Are you a little bit more conservative? Are you a little bit more creative? Are you a little bit more independent? It's all going to be very unique for you. Now, I'm stopping at those four because really that's unfortunately all that's coming to mind right now on that one. I'm not going to BS you on anything else. Ooh, shysters. So apparently we need to talk about what's going to be healing with you. God, this is so incredibly obnoxious at times. Expect miracle. Acceptance. Do more research. Jesus, the divine healer. Hydration. So have a glass of water, sit down, have faith that all is working in your favor. A miracle is about to take place. Yeah, that's awesome, but what? Give us your cares. Sunshine, divine intervention, and relationships. Change physicians, improving health. Laughter is the best medicine, and increased energy. Okay. This is really talking about basic care and unplugging from things that are genuinely toxic, that talk about how crappy things can be. You can't expect to be a sunflower in what seems to be a hurricane now, can you? So what I'm seeing is it's not avoiding stressors in your life. It's just not continually inviting them in and having them be part of the story. Stop sticking to things with how you've been told how this is how you should look, how you should behave, how you should want, what you should really shoot after. This is saying start to go on a more natural path for yourself. Now, I'm not telling you to drop everything and then just live off grid. No, this is about what is natural for you. If you have all of that crap stripped away and you're laying there and you are catching your breath and you're zoning out, you're letting your mind start to drift and wander, and you're just focusing on your breathing, what do you find yourself reaching for? So this is saying don't worry about how it's going to pan out, but start reaching for the relationships that you want, the conditions that you want, the jobs that you want, the food that you want, the movement that you want. And stop saying maybe I can do this because somebody else is doing this just because you appreciate that person. That is still not your life. That is still not your line. And it actually, would you say it comes across as people-pleasing when you start to morph it towards, whatever the other person is? Again, this is going back to the no place like home in reverse. Just because you fit in doesn't mean you belong. How have you morphed yourself to fit in, and how can you stop doing that? This might actually force you to face your fear of being alone because you have to discover what this identity is outside of them, even though it gave you a sense of inclusion and support. You have to be very real with yourself because it still feels like something was missing. So, my dearest, after you do all of that and you're on this path, it's going to be the end of that era, which congratulations. We have sobriety, so this is seeing everything super clear and in alignment. And then we have a lot of the ailments in your body letting up, and there's also something that you will be leaving. You're going to leave your old paradigm in the dust. You are going to be a big kid. You are going to be this light body. You are going to be jovial. You are going to be able to actually want to sleep. It's not exhaustion. It's not that you can't sleep. It's just you are going to get into the rhythm of your own body. So a lot of realizations and epiphanies coming in. And hold on, this card right here wants to come out. What is this? Body change. Your body is going to go through a huge transformation in here. You might gain weight, lose weight, but it's going to be very specific for you and what is actually healthy for you. So this is telling you to embrace change and embrace the stress that is leaving your body, but first acknowledge where it is. All right, my dear, you're going through a major change and it's time to get into what your actual reality is and not what anyone else's is. And allow for support to come in. All right, I hope that this made sense. There's a lot that you're overcoming. You're overcoming a lot of adversity. If you do have questions about booking your own private session, go ahead to the description, find the email address, send me an email, or find me on the social platform, send me a DM. Whatever the case, definitely reach out, see what of my services might be right for you. Ask about pricing, sales, time zones, and availability. And until next time, stay safe, have fun, and know that you're greatly loved and appreciated. Bye for now. Okay, so there's a lot of ways that this can go, a lot of decisions that need to be made right now, and it looks like somebody needs to talk about their nerves with this because it looks like somebody wants to give up. So what I'm seeing here is trying to return to a sense of safety. This might not be an actual sense of safety rather than a place of familiarity. What I do see here is somebody who really doesn't know what to do with all the decisions that have been put before them or all the situations that they have put themselves in. They're not sure on which way this can go. They have too much in the air. So it looks like somebody's fritzing out. This may be you, this may be somebody that you're connected to. But I see a plan that is coming in, and I think that this is going to suit you very well. It's time to slow down. It's time to slow down, and it's time to try and go with the flow on this as this change and as these choices are trying to make themselves follow through in your life. It feels bleak and it feels hopeless. It feels like somebody is already having a sense of wanting to give up in this entire scenario. I feel like there needs to be a sense of safety and security put in place. I do feel like this is somebody who is very important to you, who's going to be helping you out. Whatever has been your role in life, in relationships, in situations, I feel like it's being challenged right now. Challenged to change and to actually let something else step up for you. So however that's going to look for you, it's about you and learning to surrender. I think that it's important that you do let down your guard so that you can feel protected. That's what I think somebody's stepping up and trying to show you through your time of transformation. I want to get clarification on why the challenge in whatever your position has been is so detrimental to you. Because you don't get to be detached anymore and you're afraid of who's going to be watching you. And also, you're just kind of known for holding back. That's the shadow work that's coming in right now. You don't get to hold back anymore. It's Tower moment. It is about to drop kick you, curb stomp you into your divine destiny. This is pretty sick, but it's time and it's been put off long enough. And now here's divine intervention, and sometimes it can be rather painful, but you do have security, safety, and support coming in. If you let it, you have to let it. It's time to share the pain, apparently. So what I'm seeing here is old wounds that are coming up now. There's been a lot of triggers. long distance past experiences, I'm getting this. And I mean long distance as long as time goes. If this happened yesterday, I'm sorry. It looks like it's not going to be fun information for you to talk about with anybody. I think it's a very revealing aspect of yourself, your life, some sort of hardship, whatever the trigger is, the story behind it. I feel like you have an internal battle and struggle that people really just have no clue about with you. And I think that it's held you back from experiencing not only the joy that you should be able to experience in this life, that you deserve to experience. I think that it's held you back from taking the step forward in life, because it looks like there's a fear of you somehow being either found out or revealed. Listen, this is not going to be a problem that you just cut away. This is part of your story. This is part of your history. Whether it's some form of abuse or neglect or some sort of internal battle that you've had, there's nothing that you really need to hide about yourself. This is held back enough in your life. And what I see here is, in order to move on and to heal, you need to be able to, I guess, share the pain with others. Now, what does that look like? It looks like you can say it to whoever. It's not that it doesn't matter, but I don't want you to feel like there's actually any restrictions on this. Whoever you deem that is worthy enough for you to go to in this, trust me, there is somebody. They're going to help you through this. Either you're going to get the resources for the help that you need, or it's something that they are going to be able to help you through. Whatever it is, you're not in this battle alone, and this is what you're about to uncover. It's like life does want you to do good. Life does want you to be able to move on. And it's like your internal monologue is telling you, it's time. It's time. You're ready. But first we have to clear this out. So what is it that you need to come forward with and share and take off of your chest, because this feels like such a sorrowful burden? Whatever it is, you're going to have help in it, and it's not going to be a negative thing. That with the help, it's actually going to be very freeing. I think that you're really starting to feel more solid and whole in your skin than you have felt in a long time, or even probably even held, as I accidentally said before. All right, you're at a fork in the road. It's actually a very important fork. With really starting to feel more at home in your skin, more than you have ever, are you going to pursue this path, or are you going to take another leap? Are you going to fall into some sort of line that others have fallen into? Are you going to go with the masses, or are you going to go in a way that is true and authentic to your unique self? Both are equally important, apparently. However, whatever it is, you have to understand this is going to be long-term. This is a choice. It is a consequence to this choice. Now, when I say consequence, I don't want you to freak out. It's cause and effect. And that's actually probably an easier way to say this. So, which way are you going to choose? Are you going to choose a way that brings you closer to yourself, the closest that you've ever been, where you are right now? Are you going to continue on this path of I guess, the best of yourself for yourself and moving forward? Or are you going to do something else? That is completely your call. All right, let's look at what else we have. That, to be fair, is in reverse. All right, let's talk about what got you here. Bad things do happen, and they are seen as challenges to overcome. It doesn't mean that it's fair. It doesn't mean that it doesn't suck. It doesn't mean that it's something that you should have to experience. It's just part of life. It gives you a sense of either opposition or polarity. I'm not really sure which one with that one right now. And I do feel like a major aspect of you has given up. And this is the time where giving up is not an option. Source, spirit, creation, God, whatever you want to call it, the epicenter of your self, creation, your reflection, whatever. It's calling for you to reconnect right now. You're not doing this alone. So Spirit is saying, listen, I have a plan for you. It is in line with what you want, but you have to not shut me out. It's going to be harder, and I'm going to be singing and dancing right on the other side of this glass. You know that you're going to be able to see me. You can act like I'm not there, but please don't. So what I'm saying here is, which way are you going to go? Are you going to go along with Source and Spirit, the closest that you've ever been to your true path, yourself, and your happiness? Or are you going to go to what seems to be the safer route for yourself? It's completely your call, but there is a choice to be made. Okay, so I was thinking of the question, you know, for those who are struggling right now, what do you need to know? Why is this happening? This can be on any scale. This could be your experience worldwide. It could be something that has just occurred with you. But it looks like you're trying to find your identity. It looks like you're trying to find yourself. I don't care how old you are. I don't care if you're, you know, over 100. As long as you have breath in your body, it's always an opportunity of self-awareness and growth. That being said, we have Treasure Island. So this looks like you are right on target, even in whatever the stress is that you're going through. I don't like saying that to you. It's just how it's coming out right now. So let's see. This is breathe. I gotta ask, have you been like sitting there and then suddenly you are gasping for breath because you've forgotten to inhale or exhale? It's just, it's stopping. Yeah, this feels like a very high anxiety time. So this is saying, even in what seems to be this struggle of yours, yeah, of course, remember to breathe, but also don't let yourself stop from dreaming about what possibilities can come into play. This is talking about how you've been locked into pessimism. Stop that right now, because it's being recreated. Cancel, clear, delete, do whatever you can about that one. Clear your energy. That's always a go-to on that one. Ground yourself. That's another go-to on this one. They're equally as valid in this. But if you're locked into pessimism because you're going through a hard time, it's going to continue to cycle. Why do you want to stop in hell so bad? Why do you want to sit in excrements so bad? This does not need to happen. I'm not saying that this is what you actually want to do, but staying exactly where you are and thinking that this is all that there's going to be is the biggest mistake that you could make. You are recreating an opportunity in your life right now. So this is saying it's not time for you to shut off because your mind is getting the best of you right now. It's time for you to step away from that however you can. Again, grounding works amazing. How can you create some long-term investments in your life? How can you dream big? How can you step outside and look at the big picture? This is going to take some practice. So it might be a point of aggravation where you have a case of the efforts and step outside to just look at, be like, you know, I can't care about this right now. Hold on. What do I want after all of this? Does that make sense? I asked what you need to know, and I'm using daily guidance from the angels, and what came out was trustworthy guidance, release and surrender, child, family, acceptance, new partner, and we have go for it. So what I'm seeing here is a point of a really important playful aspect of you having to come out right now. I feel like you've been far too serious for far too long. And this, it feels like it's been building up a lot of resentment in your lives. And it feels like you've been kind of hitting a place of either dead-endness or numbness. But whatever it is, there's an undertone of resentment. So I see you just kind of staring off, like just sitting there staring off into the distance and not really having any place to go with it. This is talking about you being made to feel like a playful kid again. I do see family being made in your life, coming in as a support. I do feel a sense of tribe with this. It's not necessarily birth family or constructed family. It's a point of support. I know it says child, it says family, but it's not talking about actual either one. So what I see here is accepting this completely immature, playful, giddy aspect of yourself that's been kind of fighting to go out, but it's been like suffocated because apparently it's not necessarily the most appropriate thing for, I guess, your adulthood to embrace. But you know what? We're kind of out with that one. It's time for you to live your life and to let yourself be ridiculous. And I really want that for you. So I see the support coming in through people who I would consider to be part of your social circle. Also, this could be your partner in crime, which could be an actual romantic partner or a colleague. So this is somebody who's coming out of the woodwork unexpectedly. Okay, so it's either coming out of the woodwork or it's just simply unexpected to be like, yeah, freaking go for it. Look at that, go for it. You only have this life of experience. Why are you wasting it being some sort of ideal? If you're an actor, great. That is part of your role. If this is not so much a movie that you're signing up for, what are you doing? Go let your freak flag fly. Go let yourself be ridiculous. Go let yourself be playful. The people who really matter are truly going to support this. So that takes the pressure off you right now. Stop wasting your life. Go make this happen. So I asked the question, if you're single and looking, what do you need to know? So if you're not single and looking, keep going. But yeah. All right, so stay optimistic, friendship, a new dawn, synchronicities, mother healing, accept heaven's help, and self-employment. This is really talking about you and I guess the ability to be your authentic self and be maybe more a base of friendship rather than, I guess, business and connections. So this is saying start off with just a sense of getting to know each other. I feel like entering in with the intensity that you feel is necessary is going to be lacking a value, a self-worth. So this is coming up from how worthy are you. This is more of the divine feminine nurturing issues. I think that maybe you've been really hard on yourself. And I think that maybe it's a point of I think it's accepting heaven's help. I think that this is about you and having to be so incredibly independent and honestly not being emotionally available because you're so used to I think conditions. There's way too many conditions around this. It's not even stemming from romantic prospects either. I think that you just come from a life of a lot of conditioning, strict conditions. That's really overwhelming. So what's the guidance in getting you to let yourself be kind of free in this? Okay. First off, you owe yourself a big apology, and it looks like somebody wants to take you out of your own head with this one. So it's going to be kind of fighting tooth and nail with you. Somebody's going to put you in a situation that is outside of your comfort zone. Pay attention to your friends around you right now or those who are coming in to help you. Even though it might be something that agitates you, I think that it's agitating your sense of safety and security in your small little bubble. Be optimistic. Take a chance on this one. I think that part of your hidden personality is about to come out and be revealed, and this is what you want to bring into the relationship. So, if you're single and looking, you have to find yourself and let yourself shine through the connection and have an authentic base come in, and not just what you think you should show up with. So a bunch of cards just fell, but if you found your way across this, I was asking a question about relationships that are already occurring. So if you're in a relationship that isn't toxic or abusive, because I'm never going to ship those, and I'm never going to ship illegal relationships. If you don't have any of that crap going on and you're in a relationship, what do you need to know about your relationship right now? So what was super cool about this is the soulmate was at the bottom of the deck. So this is the basis of this. This is a spiritual based connection. Love it. It's super awesome. It's one of the best relationships in my own personal mind. In actuality, maybe it kind of drives people crazy. Anyway, empowerment. You're being helped. Let yourself receive. Playtime, accept heaven's help, and tranquility. So it looks like partnerships, again, with what I said in the beginning, it looks like they're trying to take care of each other and build each other up. And it looks like they're trying to take whatever the pressure is off of each other's plates. But there's a sense of stubbornness, and wouldn't you know it, in these soul bond connections, they tend to trigger each other. Yeah. So playtime, things have been getting too serious and highly agitated. You guys are incredibly playful. You guys require more of a Zen experience going on right now. And I do see that there are circumstances that are being shifted outside of your ability, but in your favor, to make this more of a calming situation for you. So the support is coming in from each other. It looks like somebody's having a lot of emotional or situational problems. And what I see here is help coming in, but there is a block to receiving that help from that partner. This is going to be something of a process to break through. So I'm being pulled to, okay, so apparently the daily guidance from your angels, release and surrender. This is going to be a build up to a point where it just completely floods down. So it's important that this couple really listens to each other. I think that they're ready for some sort of argument to take place, but actually I see a miracle taking place instead. Both people, or whoever many people are involved in this, are always waiting for another fight, but this is love, and this is going to be an answer to the prayer. And honestly, I feel like this is going to be a situation that really heals your relationship. Okay, so taking the pressure off of each other, really hearing, understanding, and respecting each other. You are creating a point of serenity at home. And honestly, I see that you guys are going to emerge from this challenge even stronger. You guys have to build trust, and that is something that comes from time.